Chosen ones, it is no coincidence that you clicked on this video today, but it is part of the divine plan of the universe. Today, God has sent angels to warn you. The chosen ones, marked by their faith and strength, must prepare for the times to come, a time of trials and testing. The path of the chosen ones is often filled with challenges that test their resolve and the depth of their faith. The angels have come to warn of coming trials that will shake the core of faith. The angels will leave signs around the world as evidence of their warning. These signs may appear in nature, through celestial phenomena, or even through the voices of people around you. The chosen ones must remain vigilant, open to miracles that confirm the truth of their mission. The coming 24 hours are going to be important for the chosen ones. Get ready, because the angels want to share something important with the chosen ones that will change your life. In today's video, we will know how everything is going right for you, the chosen person, and what divine blessings the universe is going to give you after this test of the angel, and why the angel has chosen you for God's warning. Before the universe immerses you in this intense transformation, you can give your feedback to the universe by commenting 999. And if you are not connected with the energy of this channel, then you can join by subscribing to the channel. And if you want to become a special member of the channel, then you can take membership from the join button. Message of divine purpose. Angels come not just as messengers, but as messengers of divine intent. Their presence signifies that each chosen person has a purpose woven into the fabric of existence. It is important for the chosen ones to remember that their trials are not random. They are steps toward fulfilling their divine mission. Imagine that each person on earth is here for a reason. Some people may feel this more strongly than others. They may feel that their lives are pushing them toward something bigger, something meaningful that goes beyond mere everyday survival. In spiritual terms, these individuals are often referred to as the chosen ones. But this is not an exclusive club. It is about feeling a deep pull from within, a call to serve a purpose larger than oneself. In this context, angels serve as guides and protectors for these chosen ones. But more importantly, they remind people that their lives have meaning. They come not just to deliver a message, but to announce that these individuals are to go on a journey that involves growth, challenges, and ultimately the fulfillment of a unique mission. The first step for someone chosen for such a purpose is to recognize this calling in their heart. It doesn't necessarily have to be accompanied by a dramatic event. It can be a quiet, persistent feeling that there is more to life than what you have experienced so far. You may feel a push when you do something that brings you joy, or perhaps when you face a difficult challenge, you feel that it is happening for a reason. This calling is personal, often subtle, and unique to each person. Life's difficulties are often misinterpreted as random events or simply bad luck. But when viewed from a spiritual perspective, these trials are not without reason. For the chosen people, challenges are considered steps toward their divine mission. Each struggle, difficulty, or obstacle serves a purpose. It shapes them, strengthens them, and prepares them for the role they are to fulfill. Imagine a blacksmith forging a sword. The metal needs to undergo intense heat and beating to become strong and sharp. Likewise, the chosen people may feel like they are being tested in unfair or harsh ways, but these experiences are necessary. They prepare them for the great task ahead. Just as a sword is honed for battle, the chosen people are being refined for their unique purpose. Now, what exactly is this purpose? It varies for everyone. Some people may feel called to help others through acts of kindness, leadership, or service. Others may find their purpose in creating something beautiful, like art, music, or even ideas that inspire others. The thing to remember is that every person's purpose is important, no matter how big or small it may seem. Each purpose contributes to the greater good, just as individual threads weave together to form a big, beautiful tapestry. This Bible quote, John 15:16, beautifully illustrates this idea. "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you should go and bear fruit." In simple terms, this means that being chosen is not something you decided upon. It is something that is divinely destined for you. And your purpose, like a fruit-bearing tree, is to benefit others. It is a reminder that each of us is appointed to play a role that can positively impact the world around us. The message from the angels is about helping you identify your purpose and reassuring you that the challenges you face are part of the process. You were not chosen by chance, but for a reason. Accept the calling in your heart and trust that your trials are leading you to fulfill a divine mission that only you can accomplish. Times of trials and tests. The path of the chosen ones is often fraught with challenges that test the depth of their resolve and faith. The angels have come to warn of coming trials that will shake the very core of faith. Everyone faces hardships at some point, whether they come in the form of personal loss, health struggles, financial hardships, or emotional pain. For those on the spiritual path, these challenges are often seen not as random misfortunes, but as deliberate tests. These trials are meant to shake your foundations and force you to dig deeper to find strength you didn't even know you had. It's as if life is asking you, how much do you really believe in your purpose? How committed are you to your path? Now, when we hear angels come to warn us about these trials, it's not to scare us or discourage us. Instead, the purpose of the warning is to help us prepare. Imagine a runner who is training for a marathon. If they knew the race ahead would be extremely difficult, with steep hills and rough terrain, they would not give up before the race even began. Instead, they would work hard, mentally prepare for the challenges, and build up their stamina. In the same way, the message from the angels is one of preparation. Brace yourself for the challenges ahead, but understand that you can overcome them if you are spiritually prepared. This brings us to the idea of spiritual armor. Just as a knight in battle needs physical armor to protect himself, the chosen ones need spiritual armor. But what exactly is spiritual armor? It is not something you can see or touch, but rather an inner strength made up of your faith, resilience, wisdom, and compassion. These qualities are built over time, especially when you face hardship. Each time you overcome an obstacle, your spiritual armor grows stronger. Your faith in yourself and in a higher purpose deepens. You begin to trust that even when things are difficult, there is a reason behind it, and that you will come out of it stronger than before. One of the most important things to understand is that these trials are not punishments. It's easy to think, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? But in reality, challenges are opportunities for growth. They are part of the preparation for something greater. Just as a seed must go through dark soil to reach the light, the chosen ones must go through difficult times to fulfill their great purpose. Every trial they face is an opportunity to grow spiritually, gain wisdom, and strengthen their resolve. Think of these trials as training grounds. When faced with difficulty, it's natural to want to give up or avoid the pain. But by persevering, you are being refined, just as gold becomes even purer when it is tested in the fire. The chosen are not chosen because their path will be easy. They are chosen because they have the inner strength to rise above these challenges. And with each trial, their ability to handle the coming darkness or any future challenges grows stronger. The key insight is to change your perspective on challenges. Instead of seeing them as obstacles in your path, Try to see them as stepping stones that are moving you closer to your purpose. They are not meant to break you, but to prepare you. Each trial you face is an opportunity for you to grow, to strengthen your spiritual armor, and to become the person you were meant to be. Through these trials, you are being shaped into a person who can fulfill a unique and important purpose in this world. Invisible forces are at work. The angels remind the chosen ones that there are forces beyond human sight, both benevolent and malevolent, that influence the world. Vigilance and discernment are paramount. It is important to be aware of the subtle signs, whispers in dreams, and intuitive prompts that guide the chosen ones on their journey. On the one hand, there are benevolent forces, such as angels, whose purpose is to guide, protect, and assist. They are invisible helpers who often push us in the right direction through subtle signs, feelings, or dreams. On the other hand, there are also malevolent forces or negative energies which try to lead us astray from our path by creating confusion, fear, or doubt. The angels, in particular, remind the chosen ones that these forces are always active. They encourage us to be vigilant, which means paying close attention to what is happening around and within us. Vigilance here does not mean being paranoid or fearful, but being aware and thoughtful. This means paying attention to the small, seemingly insignificant things in life, such as an inner feeling, a recurring thought, or even an event in a dream. These signs can be there to guide us, especially when we are unsure of which direction we should take. Angels often communicate in subtle ways. They don't always manifest in grand, miraculous forms. Instead, their guidance can come in the form of a quiet whisper in your heart, a sense of peace when you are making the right decision, or a sense of uneasiness when something doesn't seem right. For example, you may be going through a difficult situation and feel a strong desire to take a different path, even if it doesn't seem logical at the time. These are intuitive signals that angels use to help keep us on the right path. However, being able to recognize these signs requires one important thing: calmness. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to overlook these subtle messages. We are often too busy, distracted, or caught up in our own thoughts to pay attention to the quiet guidance being given to us. So the action step here is to seek out moments of stillness. Spending time in silence through meditation, prayer, or sitting quietly with your thoughts opens up space for the guidance that is always available to you. Think of stillness as a way to tune out the noise. When your mind is constantly racing, or when you are surrounded by distractions, it is like trying to hear whispers in a crowded room. But when you take a few moments to pause, breathe, and center yourself, you become more sensitive to those subtle whispers, guidance from angels and other positive forces that are trying to help you find your path. Discretion is also important here. Not every thought or feeling you have is a divine message. Part of the journey of the chosen ones is to learn to discern what is truly coming from a higher source and what is simply noise from the outside world or even negative forces. This is where inner wisdom comes into play. By taking time for stillness and reflection, you can begin to distinguish between what feels like genuine guidance and what may be leading you astray. The message of invisible forces at work reminds us that we are not alone in our journey, even if it feels that way. There are always spiritual helpers in the form of angels, and their presence can be felt if we take the time to listen and be open to their guidance. At the same time, it is equally important to be aware of negative influences, as these forces can slowly lead us off the path if we are not vigilant. Gathering of allies. No chosen one should walk this path alone. The angels warn that it is necessary to gather like-minded people to weather the storms that are coming. Unity, compassion, and shared strength are the pillars that will help the chosen one rise up when faced with adversity. In times of challenge, loneliness can make us vulnerable, but unity with others provides strength, resilience, and hope. Life is full of challenges for all of us. Whether they come in the form of personal struggles, social pressures, or unexpected difficulties, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or defeated at times. For those on a spiritual path who feel they have been chosen for something greater, the journey can often feel especially difficult. The trials that come their way can be intense, testing their faith and inner strength. But the main message here is that these trials are not to be faced alone. Just as the angels provide guidance and support, the chosen ones are reminded that they must also seek out allies, other people who can stand beside them during difficult times. Imagine you are climbing a mountain. Alone, the climb is exhausting and may seem impossible at some points, but by having companions with you, those difficult moments become more bearable. Your allies can encourage you, offer a helping hand in times of struggle, and share their own wisdom and strength. In turn, you do the same for them. This mutual support creates a bond that makes the journey not only easier, but also more meaningful. This is what the angels are calling for. The chosen ones must gather like-minded people to walk the path together, to weather the storms that lie ahead. What does it mean to gather allies in everyday life? It's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, who inspire you, encourage you, and challenge you to be the best version of yourself. These aren't just friends who make you feel good or agree with everything you say. True allies are those who push you to keep moving forward, even when it's uncomfortable. They're the people who are honest with you, who hold you accountable to your higher purpose, and who remind you of your strength when you forget it. Also, building these relationships requires trust and vulnerability. It's easy to shut people out when life gets tough, or when we're afraid of being judged. But the message here is that we must allow others to come alongside us, building deeper connections with those who share the same light and purpose as us. This doesn't mean that everyone we meet will be our ally. Part of the journey is to understand who truly aligns with our values and goals. However, when we find those people, it's important to nurture those relationships, because when adversity strikes, they will be essential to helping us rise. Unity, compassion, and shared strength are the pillars of these relationships. Unity means working together toward a common goal, understanding that even though we all have different paths, we are ultimately part of a larger collective journey. Compassion is the glue that binds us, allowing us to support each other through empathy and kindness, especially during moments of conflict. Shared strength means that by coming together, we amplify each other's abilities, and our combined efforts become far more powerful than anything we could have achieved alone. A reminder to look for those who carry the light is to surround yourself with positive, growth-oriented people. Look for people who are on their own spiritual journeys, who are striving to live with purpose and intention. These are the individuals who will lift you up when you're down and challenge you when you're stuck. They're the ones who understand the difficulties of the path because they've walked it too. When you gather such allies, you create a support system that can weather even the toughest storms. But remember, relationships are a two-way street. Just as you seek out allies, you must be an ally to others. Offer your support, share your wisdom, and be there for those who need it. The bonds you form with others are based on mutual trust and shared purpose, and it's through this exchange that real strength is built. Signs in the world. The message of Signs in the World emphasizes that angels are constantly communicating with the chosen ones, offering guidance and confirming their path through various signs in the world around them. These signs are meant to be reminders that the spiritual journey is real and that divine forces are at work. But how do we recognize these signs, and how do they show up in everyday life? Let's break it down in a way that's easy to understand and connect with. At first, the idea of angels leaving signs may seem mystical or far-fetched, but in reality, it's all about connecting with the world around us. Angels don't necessarily send thunderbolts or big miracles to get our attention, although sometimes the signs can be big and undeniable. More often, they work in subtle ways, placing reminders in nature, through events, or even in the people we encounter. The key to seeing these signs is to stay open and aware in both your heart and mind. One way signs can appear is through nature. Think of times when you've been outside and noticed something unusual, perhaps a butterfly fluttering around you, a sudden change in the weather, or a rainbow after a storm. These aren't just random occurrences, they can be gentle signs from the universe, reminders that you're on the right path or that divine forces are nearby. For those who are spiritually aware, these moments in nature often seem significant, as if they're speaking directly to you. Sometimes it's not the event, but the feeling it evokes inside you that is the sign. Celestial events are another way signs can appear. A suddenly bright star, an eclipse, or even the phase of the moon can seem like a message from above. Throughout history, people have looked to the sky for guidance, interpreting the stars and planets as reflections of divine will. For the chosen ones, paying attention to these larger-than-life events can provide a sense of connection to something bigger, reminding them that their journey is part of a much larger cosmic plan. But not all signs come from heaven or nature. Sometimes, angels send messages through the voices of those around you. Have you ever been going through a tough time and suddenly someone, maybe even a stranger, says exactly what you needed to hear? Or perhaps a friend offers advice that seems meant just for your ears. These moments can also be signs. They aren't always dramatic, but they contain a sense of truth that resonates deeply within you. Angels can use anyone as a medium for their guidance, so it's important to be open to the possibility that a simple conversation can hold deeper meaning. However, to recognize these signs, you need to develop a sense of awareness and openness. In the busyness of daily life, it's easy to overlook or dismiss these small but important moments. So the advice here is to keep an open heart. An open heart is one that is ready to receive guidance, even if it comes in unexpected or subtle forms. It's about trusting that the universe is constantly communicating with you, guiding you on your journey, and helping you stay connected with your purpose. It's important to notice both subtle and profound changes around you. Sometimes the signs are quiet, like a recurring thought, a song that plays at the right time, or a sense of peace that washes over you when you're facing a difficult decision. Other times they're more dramatic, like a big life event that changes everything, but looking back it seems like it was meant to happen. Both kinds of signs are important, and both require you to be present and attentive. Another aspect of recognizing signs is intuition. Often, you'll have a feeling when something is a sign. It may not make sense logically, but in your heart, you will just know that the butterfly, the words of a friend, or the sudden inspiration you felt were messages specifically for you. This is why it is so important to develop a deep connection with your intuition. The more in tune you are with your inner self, the easier it will be to recognize when the universe is speaking to you. The power of prayer and meditation. The angels emphasize the importance of spiritual practices as a way to stay connected to God. For those on a journey of faith or who feel called to a higher purpose, prayer and meditation are not just rituals. They are powerful tools that help maintain a strong connection with God and receive the guidance, strength, and clarity needed to navigate life's challenges. Let's look at this idea in a simple, relatable way. Prayer and meditation are like bridges between our everyday lives and the spiritual world. They allow us to step away from the noise and distractions of everyday life and connect with something bigger than ourselves. Whether you call it God, the universe, or divine energy, it brings peace and comfort to know that you are not alone in your struggles and that help is always available if you ask for it. Prayer, in its simplest form, is communication with God. It doesn't have to be formal or written. It can be as simple as sharing your thoughts, concerns, or hopes in your own words. Prayer is an opportunity to express gratitude, ask for guidance, or find comfort during difficult times. It is a reminder that you have a direct connection to God and that by opening your heart, you can receive the wisdom and support you need. When you pray, you connect yourself with higher energy, inviting angels or spiritual guides to assist you on your journey. Meditation, on the other hand, is about listening. While prayer is often about speaking or expressing, meditation creates space for you to quiet your mind and listen to the answers or insights that come from within. It is in these quiet moments that divine wisdom can flow into your mind and heart, providing a sense of clarity, peace, and purpose. Meditation helps you tune into the whispers of the angels, the subtle guidance that is often suppressed by the busyness of life. Through meditation, you become more aware of your inner self, making it easier to recognize when divine guidance is being given. Both prayer and meditation serve as conduits for divine wisdom. They are practices that open channels between the physical and spiritual worlds, allowing you to tap into higher wisdom, guidance, and power. In times of confusion, doubt, or fear, these practices help clear the mind and calm the heart, making room for divine assurance. The angels remind us that it is through these sacred moments that we are fortified, our spirits are strengthened, and our minds align with the flow of divine will. One of the most powerful aspects of prayer and meditation is that they provide clarity. When you face difficult decisions or feel uncertain about the path ahead, these practices help quiet the mental chatter and allow you to hear your inner voice, the voice of intuition, which is often a reflection of divine guidance. In this stillness, answers often become clear, and you may find that the solution to your problems was always within you, waiting to be heard. Moreover, prayer and meditation are sources of strength. Life can be overwhelming at times, and it's easy to feel exhausted or disconnected from your sense of purpose. By devoting time every day to spiritual practices, you recharge your inner batteries and reconnect with your higher self. This gives you the energy and resilience to face challenges with a calm, focused perspective. In the stillness of prayer and meditation, you can feel the presence of angels, who offer comfort and reassurance, reminding you that you are supported every step of your journey. The angels encourage us to make prayer and meditation a daily practice. It doesn't have to be too long or complicated. Even a few minutes of quiet contemplation can make a difference. The key is consistency. By making time every day for spiritual communion, you create a habit of staying connected to God. This daily practice strengthens your spirit, strengthens your faith, and sharpens your ability to hear divine guidance. It also attunes your mind to subtle messages from the angels, making it easier to recognize the signs and whispers guiding you on your path. The role of compassion and kindness. The angel's message includes a powerful reminder that even when faced with great trials, the chosen ones must not abandon compassion. Acts of kindness generate waves of light that dispel darkness and promote hope. The power of love and selflessness will be the greatest weapon against the shadows that threaten humanity. When you practice kindness, you create waves of positive energy that extend far beyond your immediate actions. Even a small act of generosity or understanding can lift up someone who is struggling and bring hope where there was despair. These acts are like a ray of light that pushes back darkness, whether that darkness comes in the form of fear, hatred, or negativity. The angels encourage the chosen ones to remain rooted in love and selflessness, especially when times are tough. Compassion does not mean weakness. In fact, it takes great strength to remain kind and loving when facing adversity. The natural reaction to difficult situations may be to harden the heart or become indifferent, but the angels remind us that love is the greatest weapon we have. By facing life with a heart full of compassion, you are actively fighting against negativity in the world. The idea that the greatest battles are not won by strength alone, but by love, is a reminder that true power lies in the ability to love and care for others, even when it is difficult. Ultimately, love is what brings healing, unity, and light to the world. The promise of victory. Finally, the angels reassure the chosen ones that despite trials and struggles, victory is promised to those who persevere. This reminds the chosen ones, those who feel they are on a spiritual journey or mission, that despite the many challenges and trials they face, victory is assured if they remain firm and committed to their path. This promise is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about enduring them with faith and the certainty that in the end, goodness will triumph over darkness. The angels offer this message not to instill fear, but to empower and uplift the chosen ones, preparing them for what lies ahead. Life is full of challenges, and for those who feel a deep sense of purpose, these trials can sometimes seem overwhelming. When obstacles arise or when the path ahead is uncertain, it is easy to lose hope. But the angels remind us that these struggles are part of the process. They are not punishments, but trials that help us become stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with our true purpose. The trials we face are opportunities to deepen our faith, build our character, and hone the qualities that will be needed in the ultimate victory of light over darkness. Angels are not just messengers offering warning and guidance. They are also allies. They stand with the chosen ones, offering their support and protection. Their presence is a reminder that no one walks this journey alone. In moments of doubt or fear, the chosen ones can find comfort in knowing that divine forces are working with them, guiding them, and helping them get through even the darkest moments. This knowledge can provide a deep sense of peace and confidence, knowing that angels are always near, ready to assist whenever they are called upon. The promise of victory is not a distant hope, but a certainty for those who remain steadfast in their purpose. The angels reassure the chosen ones that their efforts, their faith, and their perseverance will not be in vain. When the final moments come, when the battle between light and darkness reaches its peak, the angels will stand with them, ensuring that the light will prevail. It's a powerful image, knowing that even in the most challenging moments, divine forces are with us, fighting alongside us, ensuring that good will triumph in the end. The affirmation from Isaiah 43:5, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bring your children from the east and gather you from the west," serves as a powerful reminder that divine presence is constant and unwavering. This verse speaks to the promise that no matter where we are, no matter how scattered or lost we may feel, we are never truly alone. The divine will gather and protect us, ensuring that we are never left behind. It's a message of unity and assurance, reminding the chosen ones that their path is guided and that they are always being watched over. This promise is not just about individual victory, but about collective triumph. The chosen ones are part of a larger plan, one that involves gathering others who share the same light and purpose. The final victory is not just personal. It is for all who are working toward the same goal of bringing more light, love, and goodness into the world. The angels remind us that we are all connected in this divine mission, and that the victory of one is the victory of all. In the face of adversity, this message encourages us to stay strong, to keep our faith, and to trust in the promise of triumph. It reminds us that no matter how difficult the journey may become, the end is already written. The light will win. The trials we face are temporary, but the victory of good over evil is eternal. The angels are there, not just to warn us of the challenges, but to walk with us through them, providing strength, guidance, and reassurance every step of the way. A promise of triumph is a message of hope, strength, and divine assurance. The angels remind the chosen ones that while the path may be filled with trials, victory is certain for those who remain steadfast. This promise is meant to empower, not frighten, and to provide comfort in knowing that the angels are always by our side, helping us through every challenge. The final affirmation from Isaiah reinforces the message that we are never alone, and that divine protection and guidance will always be with us, leading us to the ultimate triumph of light over darkness. Conclusion: the angel's warning is a sacred call to the chosen ones. Be ready, be aware, and walk forward with unwavering faith. The path will not be easy, but it will be meaningful. Heed the angel's messages and remember that you are never alone. With faith, unity, and love, the chosen ones will fulfill their divine purpose and witness the triumph of light over darkness.